Alex, who do you love? How do you spell your name?
A-L-E-X.
How old are you?
I'm 3 years old.
And tell me, what's your favorite color?
Red.
What does a turkey say?
Egg gobble gobble.
So that brings me to his other interest right now,
And
which is...
bridges and tunnels and roads and freeways.
What's that called?
And infrastructure.
Infrastructure. Can you say interview?
Interview.
Interview. That's what we're doing with you today. I'm going to ask you what it's like to be Alex. What do you think of that? Hi guys, it's Amanda and I have my buddy Alex with me here today. I realized that I have never done an update on Alex since I have started YouTube, just all about Alex. So that's what we're going to do today. He is, as of a couple weeks ago, he is 2.5 now. So I thought it would be a good time to talk about how his second year has been. And what a better way to do that than to have an interview with a 2-year-old. This should be interesting. So, let's get started. Can you tell me your name? What's your name?
Alex.
So Alex, how do you spell your name?
A-L-E-X.
That's right. And what's your middle name? What's your middle
Scott.
Scott, that's right. And how do you spell Scott?
S-O-C-T-T.
Pretty darn close. Alex, how old are you?
I'm 3 years old.
That's right, 2 years old. You're actually 2.5 years old now. Did you know that? Tell me, what's your favorite color?
Red.
Red, I think so. You like things that are red. You're having your snack right now. Can you tell me what's your favorite food?
Milk.
Milk? You do love your milk, don't you? So Alex, are you a meat and potatoes kind of kid? What kind of meat do you like?
Ham.
Ham? Yeah, I think you do like ham. And you also like turkey? What does a turkey say?
Egg gobble gobble.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. That's right. And you also like sausage. And what about fish? What's your favorite kind of fish? Is salmon one of your favorite foods of all? We have Sophie over here making a little noise. So yeah, Alex is definitely still a meat and potatoes kind of kid. He'll eat just about any kind of meat that we serve to him. And any kind of like grainy kind of thing too. He eats crackers and bread and loves anything that's grainy. We've also got him eating nuts now, so that's pretty good. We have some pecans and almonds and some raisins in there. Dried fruit. This kid is motivated by dried fruit. He still has barely had any refined sugar in his life, and so to him, dried fruit is like the best dessert ever. And so we plan on keeping it that way until he, discovers sugar on his own, which he will eventually one day as he, goes to school and that kind of thing. So, but for now, we're happy to just set his palate with thinking that dried fruit is the sweetest thing in the world, huh? Or are you the sweetest thing in the world? So in terms of fruits and veggies, we're still having a hard time getting him to eat pieces of fruits and veggies. That's kind of been our biggest battle. And so at this point, we're still just giving him green smoothies because he will drink green smoothies. And so we're still working on getting him to eat pieces of fruits and veggies. We try. We offer it to him all the time. And he used to, when he was a little baby, he used to eat absolutely everything we gave him, but he got to a little bit of a picky phase when he was like 15, 16 months old. But I think we might be breaking through a little bit now because I got him to eat some peas out of the garden the other day. I was so excited. Did you? Alex, what does this mean?
I love you.
I love you. So he's a very affectionate little guy. He really loves snuggles. Do you love to snuggle? Do you love being the jam? Do you love being the jam when Daddy's here too? When Daddy's here, he gets to be in the middle, and we call that being the jam, like the middle of the sandwich. Huh? We get to have a jam sandwich, and you get to be the jam. And he really loves being the jam. That's something that I used to do with my parents when I was a little kid. They used to call me being in the middle, being the jam. And so you like to do that, don't you? And you like family snuggles too, don't you? When we all get in bed and snuggle together. Do you like family snuggle? Alex, who do you love? Who do you love? Do you love your mommy? Your mommy loves you. Do you love your daddy? And do you love Sophie and all your grandparents? Yeah? You've got a grandfather. What do you call your grandfathers? You have granddad and grandpa, huh?
And great-granddad.
And great-granddad. Yeah, that great-granddad is Mommy's grandpa. And he's very, very old, isn't he? He's 95 years old now, and you've gotten to meet him several times. In terms of Alex's 2-year-old interests, he's got quite a few right now. And as you've probably seen in some of my short little vlogs that I put up now and then, this kid is becoming literate at age 2. He's been, since he was like under a year, he's always loved books. Do you love books? What's your favorite book right now? Are you playing? Do you see yourself on the screen over there? You playing peekaboo? You're so cute. I just love you so much. I do. So since he was a really little guy, like under a year old, he loved books. Like even at 6 months, he was like turning pages on books and loved it. And he has just been a little bookworm ever since. And since the time he was about a year, he actually started knowing his letters too. And so, you know, that's old hat for him at this point. He knows all of his letters. He knows uppercase, lowercase, all of their sounds. So Alex, can you tell me, what does an A say? What does X say? X. What does Y say?
Yeah.
What does G say? What does C say? What does M say? What does Z say? That's right. Okay, we know all the letter sounds, huh? Or if you look at it that way, it's an L. That's right.
A 7.
And it's a 7. That's the new favorite, isn't it? Can you turn that into a T? A T. Good job, buddy. Can you make an L? It's an. This is how Alex makes an L. Makes a 7 and then looks at it upside down. Can you make an O? Goes around. There's an O. Can you make a Q? Yeah. How about an F? Good job, buddy. It's backwards, but you got the idea. Or what did you make?
6.
A 6? Yeah, what else can you write? You're just full of surprises.
7.
That's your favorite. What's that? That looks like a letter.
A G.
Oh, it's a G. You're right. That way it's a G. You love doing H's, don't you? What word starts with H, buddy? Horse? There's an A. Let's do a W. All right. just out on the road. He's like starting to read signs, and he's got a lot of sight words in his book, and he's starting to sound words out too. You probably saw the video I put up of him when he was in the bathtub with the bath letters and when he was sounding out words. So he's just doing that all the time now. Alex, what does that spell? What does that word say? Just amazing us all the time. Oh, what do you hear?
Frog.
It's a frog. There's a frog that lives in that bush over there. Huh.
It's green?
It's green.
It's green.
Do we see frogs out here a lot? What other things do we see when we're outside? Do we see some bugs when we're outside?
A ladybug.
Is a ladybug your favorite kind of bug? That's Mommy's favorite bug, is a ladybug too.
It's a butterfly.
You like butterflies too? Do you know that butterfly is Grandma's favorite bug? So Alex can count to like 150 now by himself. I don't know if we'll demonstrate all of that, but we can do some. Can you count with me? 1,
2,
7,
8,
9,
10,
15,
15,
17. What's after 20?
21,
22, 23, 24, 25.
26, 27, 28, 29.
Then what?
30,
30. 31, 32, 33.
34, 35, 36, 37.
Oh, Miss Sophie was getting impatient, so she's going to join us here. So should we count by tens? 10,
No.
10, 20, 30,
40,
50, 70,
80,
90,
100,
100. What comes after 100?
101.
102. And Sophie's eating the notes here. So Alex also really loves shapes. He's just a little academic. Alex, what's your favorite shape?
Circle.
Circle. He has always loved circles. Since he was a little guy, he used to take the circle out of the shape sorter and carry it with him everywhere. And then once he got tired of that, then you carried around which letter with you? What's your favorite letter? Oh, that's right, because it's a circle. And he used to carry around, we had the little refrigerator letters, and he used to put the little O on his thumb and carry it with him everywhere we went because it was like a security blanket, huh? But he's finally starting to grow out of that now. I'm amazed because he carried that O around with him for like a year. You still love circles and O's though, don't you? What shape has 8 sides?
Octagon.
Octagon. You love octagons. What sign is an octagon?
It's a yellow stop sign.
A yellow stop sign? What color is stop sign, silly boy?
It's a red stop sign.
Red. They're also your favorite color. I think that's another reason you like stop signs so much.
Red. There's 6 sides.
What shape has 6 sides?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What shape is that?
It's a hexagon.
Hexagon. That's right. There's this video on YouTube that he loves that it's like the dorkiest little video, but it's like, what shape is it? And they like name all these different kinds of shapes, even all these like polygons and like 3D shapes and everything. He's just so into it. What is that?
It's a hemisphere.
That one's a hemisphere. What is it?
It's rectangular pyramid.
That's right, a pentagonal pyramid. What's this one?
Cylinder.
What's this one?
Cone. It's the tetrahedron.
That's right. What's this one?
It's a cube.
That's right. What's this one?
It's a prism.
right, dodecahedron.
Dodecahedron.
You're also a very spatial little guy. Do you know what that means?
I love you.
I love you too. Are you going to be an engineer? Who is an engineer?
Grandma.
Granddad's an engineer. Who else is an engineer? You know that Daddy's also an engineer?
Grandma.
Daddy and Granddad. And you also have some other relatives who are engineers. So that brings me to his other interest right now,
And
which is
bridges, and tunnels, and roads, and freeways.
what's the word for bridges and tunnels and roads and freeways? What's that called?
And infrastructure.
Infrastructure. That's right. This kid loves infrastructure. He's going to be a little civil engineer, just like his granddad. We go driving on the road, and if we go over a bridge, I mean, this kid can't even contain himself. He is just like, he goes crazy. Here we go, under the bridge.
We're on a bridge. A big bridge. A big bridge.
Bridge. Yeah.
Another bridge. Another bridge.
We get very excited when we see bridges, or when we go through tunnels, huh? There's an area that's not too far away from us where we like to go hiking, and there's a bridge that goes over a river there. It's a really old, like old turn of the century like car bridge that they turned into a like a trail. It's like part of this trail, so it's kind of cool, and he just loves it. We went there the other day, and he just ran back and forth on the bridge for like a half an hour. He's just so fascinated by bridges. You see it? Oh, you do see a helicopter. There is one right over there. Good eye. Do you see what I mean? This kid just sees details. Like, there's a helicopter that's like way far away over there. I saw it. So this kid might end up being an engineer and carrying on the family tradition. So yeah, he's our little brainiac, little engineer boy. He's also really started having imaginative play, which I'm really excited about. It's really fun to watch because he's starting to turn like his Duplos and his blocks and everything into bridges and tunnels and roads and everything, and that's just really fun to watch.
Freeway.
Do you turn your blocks into a pretend freeway sometimes? Do you like to pretend now?
Go to Seattle.
You like going to Seattle? Is that the city that we live near, is Seattle? What's your favorite thing about Seattle?
Seattle. The Space Needle.
You like the Space Needle? I like the Space Needle too. Do you like seeing the Space Needle when we drive past it?
The tunnel, the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
It's a crane.
Oh, you like cranes too? But what about a ferry boat? Do you remember when we went on the ferry boat?
It's a dock.
Yeah, you like the dock? Because it's kind of like a bridge, isn't it? You really like the ferry boat dock, don't you?
It's a ferry dock.
Do you like the ferry and the ferry dock? Is the ferry dock even more interesting than the ferry because it's like a bridge?
It's an elevator.
And we went on the elevator on the ferry boat, didn't we? That was pretty exciting. So he's very enthusiastic about these things now.
Go up and down.
We went up and down in the elevator, didn't we? Yeah.
Go to ride an elevator.
That's right.
Go to smokestack.
Smokestacks, that's the other thing you're interested in right now, huh? We saw a smokestack on the ferry, and he's been talking about that ever since, and that was like over a month ago.
I see another helicopter.
No, that's not a helicopter. What is that? What do you see?
It's an airplane.
It's an airplane, huh?
It's an airplane?
Yeah. What does M-O-O-N spell?
Moon.
Moon. Do you love the moon? He really loves the moon and the stars right now. He really loves the book Goodnight Moon, and when the moon is out, he gets excited about seeing the moon as he does about bridges. It's pretty funny. He jumps up and down. He like goes to the window. He's like, "It's the moon! It's the moon!" Being an engineer mind like he is very, very much a routine-oriented kid. Always has been and still very much is. And we've learned that with this guy, if we're gonna do something new and different, that we have to like talk about it for a long time ahead of time so that he can like mentally prepare, and then he's good. He's very musical too. This kid loves music. We've discovered the show Little Einsteins. I don't know if you guys have seen that one. It's like a Disney Channel thing. But we just watch it on Netflix and he loves it. He's obsessed with it right now. Do you like Little Einsteins? Is that your favorite show right now? And he just loves the classical music, and he loves recognizing all the instruments. And like sometimes I'll just have music playing in the house, and he'll like hear an instrument and say, oh, it's a piano, or listen, it's a violin. Or like, if you guys know the Gautier song, somebody I used to know, that came on the radio a couple months back, and he goes, xylophone! He just picks out the sounds of instruments in like all music, and it's really cool that he's so into it. And my parents have a piano. He was doing this little ditty and realized that he was trying to play the song for Elisa because he's heard me play it before, and he's heard it like on Little Einsteins and some various other places. How does For Elisa go? Can you sing it?
Da 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 da.
Very nice. And this guy, like I said, he's just so affectionate, and he's so good with this little girl. He loves his baby sister. Do you love Sophie? Can you give Sophie a hug and a kiss? Oh, it's his. And as you can see, he's very good at being 2 years old as well. He definitely has his moments. We've had, a few incidents of like full-blown tantrums when he's, kicking and screaming on the floor, although we've kind of developed a system to kind of nip it in the bud before it happens now, so he's gotten pretty good. He gets whiny sometimes, but I think I'll make a video in the future about the discipline that we do with Alex and how it's been pretty darn effective at kind of nipping tantrums and whining and all that kind of thing in the bud, although it still happens now and then. But for the most part, he's really just a good-natured kid. You are a good kid, and Mommy is very proud of you, and Mommy loves you, you know that. We just feel so blessed to have this little guy in our lives. So that's all the questions I have for you today, sir. Thank you for letting me have an interview with you. Will you shake my hand? Will you shake my hand? Oh, okay, thank you. That is the end of our little interview and my little 2-year update of Mr. Alex here. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And check us out on Facebook page and like us over there if you haven't already. And it's time for us to say goodbye. Can you say bye, YouTube?
Bye, YouTube.
Say see you later.
See you later.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.